Now I've got a quick intro and tie for you today because this one is very similar to one we did just a couple months ago. It's another Flashback pheasant tail nymph. And this one's different in that I'm using a black thorax with a silver bead and silver rib. But I want to highlight just how versatile a simple pattern like this really is. And I wanted to tie this one again for you because I've got some great footage of me fishing this thing on the Savage River this past weekend when I hooked into a really nice brown trout. So there it is in the vise, just a simple little Flashback pheasant tail, mostly black with a little bit of Mirage flash over that thorax right there. And I'm tying this pretty small. This is a size 16, one extra long barbless nymph hook. It's the size I was using on the river this weekend. That's a 2.0 millimeter tungsten bead. We'll get some black thread started. Just catch it in. You don't have to go all the way back. Somewhere up front is fine. And the first component I'm going to catch in, got a little scrap of something there, is a small silver wire. And like always, I just fold the tip over so it doesn't accidentally poke all the way through my bead right there. And I'm going to bring this wire back, bring my thread back to the start of the bend, try to get this off a little bit to the side so that when I tie my tail in, it'll be off the top of the hook. And the tail, just 5 or 6 fibers of pheasant tail. And what you can do here, just spin them together so maybe the tips won't be married anymore. And not a long tail, but not really insignificant. Let's go about right there. Take a look at that. What's that going to do for us? Okay, I think that's going to be just fine. So an extra wrap here. I'm going to take my thread up a little bit behind the bead. And then I'll just spin these together a little bit and wrap them around. If you don't have a whole lot of room, just do a little wrap and pinch and then keep going all the way up till you get up here to your thread. Okay, that's going to be enough of a body. Catch this off. Now let's see if I can remember which way is counter wrapping. Is it over and under? I think so. If not, it probably doesn't really matter, but 4 wraps or so to get up here to our thread. Put a little tension on your thread and you can helicopter this off. Now take a little Mirage tinsel. This is an opal and a medium. And we're going to catch it off right here. Try to keep it on top, you know, maybe 1 wrap and then adjust it to where you're kind of like where you are right here. If you don't get it perfectly on top, it's really not a big deal at all. And we'll leave our thread a little bit toward the back of this thorax, put some wax on it. And we're going to take any kind of fuzzy dark dubbing. This happens to be a rabbit. I think a synthetic would work, but a natural is going to give you the option to pluck out some legs. So I'm going with a rabbit, and you know, I'd like to go with natural for nymphs anyway. Now you don't need a real big noodle, but I wouldn't go too small because you kind of want a fairly pronounced thorax right here. I could probably go a little bit bigger, but I think that's going to be fine. When we pull it out, we'll get some good legs. So let's go ahead and fold this over. Okay, that should be enough over and under before we snip this. Now maybe a couple of wraps to fill in this gap right here before we wet finish it. And I just broke my thread. Could y'all see that? So I'm not sure if that is a really good whip finish there or not. I fear it is not. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to catch in another thread again. I got 2 tags right now. And we're going to be just fine. Now snip those off and we'll do another whip finish. And that's a little wonky looking up there between that bead and that thorax. But I'm just going to take my Velcro here and then brush a little bit of this out, give me some legs here. And there we go, as simple as that, just a little dark flashback pheasant-tailed nymph. So stick around a couple minutes if you want to see me fishing this thing on the Savage River this past weekend. Good afternoon from the Savage River in western Maryland. I'm parked at an access that really has no name. It's just a little bit up the road from the church, a little one-car spot. But I got a nice big pool behind me. I've fished this spot several times. So I'm mostly going subsurface. I do have this copper hopper we tied a couple weeks ago on top and about 12 or 14 inches under it, flashback pheasant-tailed nymph. So I don't expect anything to come up for the hopper, but you never know, it is hopper season. So I've got some good looking water behind me. Let's see if we can't trick some of these big fish in here. There's one. I think he came up for the hopper. And he did. Decent fish. He's wanting to run a little bit. Got a good bend in my rod here. He hasn't really come up yet. Alright, let's get the net out here. Come on, little buddy. Oh, he got the nymph. I thought he got the hopper, but he just took the nymph and then came all the way to the top. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's a long fish too. It's not fat, but he's pretty long. All right, keep him upstream of me. Come on, buddy. Come on. No, 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 no. All right, just give him a little bit of play. Come on, buddy. All right, he's not happy being on here. All right. Oh, that's a solid, pretty brown here. All right, come on, drift back into the net, little buddy, big buddy. Whoa, this is a chunky fish. Hold on. Come on, come on. Come on back here. I almost had him in the net. Not yet. Not yet. I can't just muscle him. He's huge. There we go. Oh my. Holy crap. This guy, he might be 20. Wow.